What's up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince, back with the top 100 matches of the year. I've done numbers 100 through 76, and now I'm doing numbers 75 through 51. For those of you curious why I look the same and stuff, is because I'm trying to get all the videos all at once, just so I can get them out of the way, so I can enjoy my vacation and go Christmas shopping and doing all that shit. So yeah, let's just continue on. Let's just go. Number 75 is the New Day versus the Usos from Battleground. This was a great match, definitely showing that two teams could definitely go at it and have great matches. And honestly, this is the only good thing about Battleground. Everything else about it sucked, but thankfully we could always rely on the Usos and the New Day. Coming in at number 74, we have Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas from NXT TakeOver WarGames. Andrade Cien Almas is NXT champion. That is saying a lot. Deep down, everybody was confused when they saw Cien Almas win the belt, but no one was really mad. I mean, granted, Cien Almas is horrible on the mic, but thankfully he has Selena Vega helping him out, so kudos for that. And I'm curious to see where this goes for Cien Almas. I know Drew McIntyre is injured, so he's out. So let's just see where this goes for NXT. Coming in at number 73, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman from Great Balls of Fire. Despite the funny ass ending, this was fucking brutal. These guys just beat the crap out of each other. It just looked like a brawl. They had blood, they had everything, and it was a great match. And it really shows that Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns have definitely great chemistry. It eventually led to Roman Reigns getting pissed off and running him over, which for some reason Roman Reigns is still a babyface. I don't know how the hell that's possible. Coming in at number 72, DIY versus the Authors of Pain from NXT TakeOver San Antonio. Yeah, this is a regular tag team match, basically showing the Authors of Pain being tough as they are, and DIY being the small underdogs. And I'm actually shocked that they actually pulled this match off, because Authors of Pain weren't that great in the ring, but DIY definitely pulled off a great match out of both these guys, and I really appreciated this match. Great match from both men. Coming in at number 71, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens from WWE Hell in a Cell. This was a long match, but it was still a great match to see nonetheless. Obviously this led to the big twist of Sami Zayn turning on Shane McMahon and basically Sami turning heel, so it's just great to see a change for once, and this was a good match, and I really enjoyed it. Plus, the feud was amazing, from Vince getting his ass beat to just these two brawling and just beating the crap out of each other. It's just great. Number 70, Johnny Mundo versus the Mac from Lucha Underground's May 31st. This is the comeback of Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground was in a big hiatus, but then Mundo and the Mac come back and in an all-night long match. This ended on a draw, but they eventually get the rematch next week with an official winner. Johnny Mundo ends up winning, but yeah, this was a great match. Both men just brawled. They had Son of Havoc, Sexy Star, and the Worldwide Underground interfere. That took me out of it, but I think it was great because the Mac can't really work for that long, and either way, we still got a great match out of these guys. At number 69, Kazuchika Okada versus Cody Rhodes, New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 special in the USA. This is a match that really, if you think about it, you're like, wow, this is a very interesting match. And sure enough, it was an interesting match and a good one to say the least. Kazuchika Okada does beat Cody, but Cody ends up having better things to come down the road by becoming ROH champion. But we'll get to that match soon. And yeah, this is a great match. Both men definitely pulled it off. Again, I'm really upset I didn't go to these shows. At number 68, Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. This was the beginning of Andrade Cien Almas' push and the continuation of Johnny Gargano's feud with Tommaso Ciampa, basically throwing a DIY t-shirt, just distracting him and making him lose the match. It was a great match. Great storytelling and just great all-around match. These two guys definitely have great chemistry, and they end up having another match which sadly doesn't make it on the list, but this was definitely a good match to say the least. Great match and great opener for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. At number 67, Kairi Sane versus Toni Storm. This is the last Mae Young Classic match I have here. WWE Mae Young Classic, of course, episode 8. This was a great match. Basically, easily the two best competitors. Sadly, we didn't get Candice LeRae versus Kairi Sane, but we got this match instead. And I'm pretty glad to say we got a pretty good match and easily the best match of the Mae Young Classic. A really enjoyable match, and I definitely highly recommend you guys to go out of your way and watch it. It's a really, really good match. At number 66, Marty the Moth Martinez versus Phoenix at Ultima Lucha 3. Yes, the feud, it was bloody, it was crazy. It was basically a love triangle between the Melissa Santos, Marty, and Phoenix. Marty Posa, again, Marty's sister gets involved, and it was just great. And this was just a damn right good match, and really enjoyed the feud going with these two guys, and they pulled it off. It was bloody, it was crazy, it was just insane. Mask versus hair. I mean, you don't go better than that, so this was a great match. At number 65, Charlotte versus Bayley from Monday Night Raw, February 23rd. The same night of the Festival of the Friendship, we had a Charlotte and Bayley main event the show. Despite Sasha Banks helping Bayley out, I was still glad to see this match. It was a great match. I highly enjoyed it. It was a really good match, and definitely I wish Bayley had a better push afterwards, but I mean, you get what you get. But anyways, we still had a great match out of Charlotte and Bayley. I mean, come on, we can't just be mad about that. At number 64, Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura from NXT TakeOver Orlando, the main event of NXT TakeOver Orlando and Shinsuke Nakamura's last match on NXT. It was a great match, definitely showing the best out of both men. Rarely do rematches are good in NXT. But this one was a really good one. It definitely holds up there with the first one. Not as great though, but we'll get to that one. And you know what? It was great having Nakamura have a final match in the main event against Bobby Roode, and it was just a good showing out of both men, showing that both these men are talented sons of bitches. This was a great match. I really enjoyed it, and a great main event for NXT TakeOver Orlando. WrestleMania weekend, baby. Woo! 63, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the Intercontinental Championship at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Destruction in Hiroshima. This was another amazing match out of both men, definitely showing that Zack Sabre Jr. could work with Hiroshi Tanahashi, even though he beat him at the G1 tournament, but now he gets a shot at the IC belt, and even though he lost, he still looks strong, and I really enjoyed the hell out of this match. This was a really good match out of both men, and I can't wait to see what's next for both these men. I know Hiroshi Tanahashi is still IC champ, so I'm still happy for that. At number 62, this was on the SummerSlam Kickoff. New Day versus the Usos, definitely showing that these guys definitely deserve to be on the main show, because this was an amazing match, and honestly one of the best match. Honestly, the best match of that night, other than the main event and another match I'll get to soon, actually. But yeah, both these men definitely showing that they're the best. Honestly, Big E and Xavier worked better than Big E and Kofi. I don't know why, but yeah, Xavier Woods has worked a lot better. I think just because he's the most charismatic out of the two, it makes it worse. And since Big E's like the strong man, it definitely makes this match work. And it was just an incredibly good match out of both these men. They eventually have better matches. This is gonna go down as one of their better ones, but yeah. At number 61, Jay Lethal versus Bobby Fish from ROH's 15th anniversary. This is a number one contenders match for, I think, the TV championship. I believe Bobby Fish won it. And it was a great match, definitely showing Jay Lethal and Bobby Fish. I feel bad for Jay Lethal. He definitely deserved a title or something, because, he's honestly the best thing going right now in ROH, other than Cody. But yeah, Jay Lethal's just been on a roll with great match after great match after great match, and just shows a lot from this man. It definitely busts his ass off. At number 60, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 33. People will say this is the best match of the show of WrestleMania, and I wouldn't disagree with you, but this was definitely up there as one of the better matches of WrestleMania. Actually, the second best, now that I think about it. This was a definitely good match. Shane and AJ definitely worked great together. The feud was really good. Could they have been in a better match? Yes, but I'm still glad that we got this match. It was an incredibly good match. At number 59, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro from Monday Night Raw, December 11th. This is from the Open Challenge for Roman Reigns. Roman fights Cesaro for the IC belt. This was an incredible match. Definitely showing that Cesaro deserves to be in the main title picture. He doesn't always have to be in the tag division. And Roman Reigns, you know, a lot of people give shit that he's not a good wrestler. He is a great wrestler. It's just that they make him a babyface and it doesn't work. And, you know, it just sucks because anything good Roman Reigns does, we can accept because reasons. I don't know why, but this is definitely going to go down as one of the best matches of Roman Reigns' career. This shows that Cesaro knows how to have great matches with anybody. At number 58 from Extreme Rules, the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way, we had Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt. All 5 men definitely showed in their best work, and it was a good match. It doesn't get hardcore till the end, but it was just a good match. 5 of the best talented guys on Raw right now, and they just go at it. And surprisingly enough, Samoa Joe fights Brock Lesnar, a dream match of ours, but sadly wasn't what we thought it would be. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm still glad that Samoa Joe got the push that he deserved. At number 57, Hiromu Takahashi versus Kushida from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion 6.11. One of the more underrated matches of the year. Hiromu Takahashi is a very talented wrestler, and we all know who Kushida is. Hiromu Takahashi had a great set of matches in the beginning of the year, and this is definitely one of those. So appreciate Takahashi being in the role, but eventually Kushida does end up getting the belt back. So you know, still. At number 58, this was a surprise for me. Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream from NXT TakeOver WarGames at number 58. I was not a big fan of the Velveteen Dream. I don't think anybody was. But after seeing this match, him fighting Aleister Black, I was a big fan of the Velveteen Dream ever since. He had a great showing. I always thought he was a Tyler Breeze ripoff, but thankfully NXT made him a star thanks to this match. Eventually, Aleister Black does say his name, even though it's not his actual name. But it was still a great match showing from both men, and this was an incredible match. And then the fact that both men were messing with each other, it was just a beautifully well done match, and honestly the best match of both men in NXT so far. So good job for both men. At number 55, Kenny Omega versus Trent Beretta from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Power Struggle. This is just a really good match. People are forgetting that this match even happened just because of the ending, but this was a really good match out of both men, and shows that Kenny Omega will take on all challengers. And by all challengers, you know what I'm talking about. He's taking on Chris Jericho. He announced Chris Jericho challenges him after the match, and you know, we're getting Omega and Jericho soon. So yes, I'm excited for that, and this was just a damn good match from both men, and I really appreciated the power that these guys had. Number 54, Kushida versus Marty Skrull from ROH's Best in the World. I mean, Marty Skrull has just been on a roll ever since he replaced Adam Cole. And Kushida has just been amazing. Honestly, one of the more underrated talents out there. And both men just had a great match, great showing, and really appreciated all the moves that these guys have had. 53, Hideo Itami versus Roderick Strong from NXT's, and I wrote the date wrong, but yeah, it happened in NXT. It was a number 1 contender match. And yeah, this was a damn good match. Definitely showing that both men are both tough workers. I think it was May 11th. I wrote the date wrong, but I'll fix it. But yeah, both men showing Roderick Strong having his backstory for once, because this is honestly the NXT has been the best role for Roderick Strong. They proved it in this match. Hideo Itami's been waiting for his NXT Championship clause, so it's finally here, and we had just a really good match out of both men, and eventually Itami fights Bobby Roode down the road. So kudos for that. And yeah, thank you both men for throwing in one hell of a match. And yeah. At number 52, Hiromu Takashi versus Kushida from New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 11. Another fantastic match from both these men. This is where Hiromu Takashi finally beats Kushida for the belt. And yeah, I'm glad that he won it because yeah, but he's the best. He's been on a roll. Hiromu Takashi and Kushida just been on a roll, and this is no different. And it all began here in Wrestle Kingdom 11. Wrestle Kingdom 11, honestly, they call it the WrestleMania of pro wrestling, and it definitely shows the way everything's just been building up. Let's just wrap up part 2 with 51, Cesaro and Sheamus versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose from SummerSlam. Basically, the story here was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins weren't happy with each other, but then they team up to take on Cesaro and Sheamus, and they just have a hell of a match at SummerSlam. And of course, Cesaro breaking that beach ball, making all those fucking bitches cry. It just made my day, and this was just a damn good match. Honestly, one of the biggest highlights of SummerSlam, considering how mediocre that show was. Anyways, that's it for me. It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Part 3 coming soon, and until then, I'm out.